Failed animals in predator attacks. Predators usually go without food since they don't always succeed in catching their prey. Sometimes the predator turns into the prey and can barely escape. We have compiled a list of predators that were completely ineffective. The hawk probably thought its hunt was over because it already had the rabbit in its grasp. However, an incredible thing happened. A deer that was passing by them suddenly made a sharp turn and decided to attack the hawk. The delighted rabbit fled, but the enraged deer did not let up. It repeatedly tramped on the hawk with its hooves. Hello everyone and welcome back to Unveiling Wild. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for the latest updates on wild animals and their habitat. With that being said, let's get started. Animals from different species can have antagonistic interactions with one another as well as with animals from the same species. When individual animals within a species have divergent interests, this is known as interspecific conflict. When a valued resource is in short supply, something occurs. For instance, some settings are better than others for locating food, protection from the elements, hiding spots from rapacious creatures, or chances to entice a mate. Animals of the same species have relatively similar needs for well-being, survival, and reproduction, but their demand for those resources exceeds what is available, which frequently results in conflicts. Animals compete with one another for food, parental care, mates, social standing, and other resources. But what are the basic requirements for animals to maintain the ecosystem? What if they don't get prey for days, and how do they react when they fail while attacking their prey? Animals may engage in confrontation with one another, referred to as interference, or indirect conflict with one another, referred to as exploitation, in which they compete without engaging in direct conflict. Both types of competition have negative effects. Fighting can lead to harm or even death. Animals can suffer from deprivation even if they are not harmed by humans directly. When the little antelope arrived at the watering hole, it would have seemed that there was nothing to worry about, but for some reason it was acting very scared and cautious. As it turned out, the antelope was right to do some. Suddenly, a huge crocodile jumped out of the water. Unfortunately for the reptile and fortunately for the antelope. The antelope's lightning-fast reflexes saved the day, and this is another such circumstance where the crocodile jumped out of the water in front of the warthog's face with lightning speed, but the warthog dodged the attack. If this is the same crocodile, it may be time for it to go on a diet, as it doesn't seem to be very good at hunting. This hawk was much more fortunate than the one in the previous video. The birchbarred hawk that the predator was trying to catch turned out to be a jumping champion. Just look at how it literally flew out of the tree crown, and of course it ran away quickly. This adorable baby antelope was hiding in the bushes while its mother diverted the hyena's attention. However, the baby antelope was attacked by a python in the meantime. The calf couldn't fight off the python, and when the hyena noticed the struggle and quickly joined it, it grabbed the antelope completely unaware of the python wrapped around it. Predators on the run, the unfortunate ungulate was pursued by 7 lionesses, but the ungulate jumped into the water, saving its life from another failed attack. This time it was a leopard that was unfortunate. It got rather close to the rabbit, who was going about its business unaware of the danger lurking nearby. The leopard launched into the attack, but the rabbit literally took off into the air and ran away. After a short pursuit, the leopard decided to retreat the poor animal. Here's another amazing rabbit escape. Notice how it expertly avoids a feathered predator by leaping over it and running away in the opposite direction. This is an illustration of an animal that lacks teeth or claws, but is instead endowed with speed and the capacity to leap extraordinarily high. You might believe that large felines are the most successful predators in the world because this leopard was hunting a stork. The wildcat got quite close to the prey and attempted to attack it with a rather impressive job, but it fell just a few centimeters short. Because the bird was quicker, this animal king nearly became the crocodile's dinner when it decided to cross the river, and after almost reaching the shore, was attacked by the crocodile. Of course, feline insects helped the lion out because it reacted quickly to the attack and turned around and delivered a couple of bites. Leopards living in South Africa's Kruger National Park failed at 6 out of 7 hunting attempts. The small gazelle was calmly drinking water from the reservoir, not anticipating any danger, and didn't even realize that it had already become a lioness's target when suddenly it seemingly carefree. And as the black rhinoceros, hippopotamus, African buffalo, and lion actually can, such attacks are not uncommon. The lioness made a critical error after the initially easygoing antelope suddenly showed great skills by juking her and fleeing. Since the impala was already dead, it is difficult for me to comment on these pictures. A crocodile had it in its iron grip by the leg, but for some reason it suddenly released the impala. Because of some unknown reason, the crocodile simply let go of its prey, which used the opportunity to flee and calmly moved into the opposite direction. Here, the zebra fell into the powerful paws of the lion, and it appeared that there was no hope, but eventually the lioness managed to free herself. We saw another fight between a lioness and a zebra today. I believe the zebra bit the lioness, causing it to loosen its grip eventually, and the zebra did not only manage to escape from the iron paws of the lioness, but also kicked it on the head with its hooves. This shows that zebras are very good at fighting. It appears that the strike was incredibly powerful as it dazed the lioness after it smacked the animal as hard as it could on the head. I don't even know how the zebra managed to escape, even more so how it managed to keep its tail even though the crocodile could have jumped out of the water and grabbed the zebra. It didn't do. I don't even know how the lioness managed to escape, and even more so, how it managed to keep its tail. Another zebra that was fortunate enough to fight off a predator's attack this time, it was a crocodile the zebra. Do you know that crocodiles use their tail to do it? Their tail is so powerful that it can be used to propel their entire body out of the water, as we've seen more than once today, as they jump out of the water to grab their prey. As you can see, wild animals don't always succeed in capturing their prey. Even the fastest and most dangerous hunters of the wild can make mistakes and miss their prey. It's the law of nature. This greater could-do managed to avoid the crocodile that suddenly jumped out of the water. Perhaps if the crocodile was larger, the ungulate would have been less fortunate. Some creatures must flee to survive, whereas others must catch them. Predators may actively seek for pursue or simply wait for their victim while remaining hidden. The predator decides whether to assault its prey after spotting it. This may entail an ambush or a predatory pursuit, sometimes following a prey stalk. If the predator's attack is effective, it will kill the prey, remove any pieces that aren't edible, such as the shell or spines, and then consume it. Predators have keen senses like eyesight, hearing, and scent, and are generally high specialized for hunting. Both vertebrate and invertebrate predators frequently have sharp claws or jaws to seize, kill, and dismember their prey. Other adaptations that increase hunting effectiveness include stealth and aggressive mimicry. Predation has a strong selection influence on prey, leading to the development of anti-predator adaptations such as warning coloring, alarm sounds and other signals, camouflage, mimicry of well-defended species, protective spines and chemicals, and warning coloration. Predators by prey might occasionally find themselves in a cycle of adaptations and counter-adaptations, known as an evolutionary arms race. Since at least the Cambrian era, predation has played a significant role in driving evolution. So what are your views on this? Can this environment be made in a zoo? And how do animals feel trapped when their rights to the ecosystem have been taken away from them? Well, this brings us to the end of the video. If you enjoyed watching it, do like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more insightful content from us. We'll see you at the next one. Until then, peace.